Yeah.
All right. So this is how to act responsibly and still end up broke. So I actually found this case study that I wrote years ago, and it was actually perfect to continue, where Doug Martin was a first-round draft pick by the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, and 22 years old, signed a 4-year contract worth about 6.8 million. 3.4 of that was in a signing bonus up front, and then he got a 4-year salary, 4 years of salary that started at 390,000 and ended at 1.3 million in year 4. 5.4 million of that was guaranteed at the time of signing. So the natural thing, what happens? Well, signing day, it's a bonus for Uncle Sam first. You're now a millionaire, but where does it go? Well, your agent, again, if you're just paying 3%, is going to take 101,000. Business manager, because you want to do things appropriately and you're going to have to file taxes everywhere you pay, $135,000. Federal taxes, Uncle Sam, let's say 40%, you're looking at 1.2 million in taxes. And the state of California, 13%, $252,000 of taxes. Probably have someone that helped you get through school, or at least in the days before NIL. You had a rich uncle, loaned you 40,000, you got to pay them back. So now you're left with 1.6 million after these upfront fees. Time to blow some money. You're human, you want to have some fun, you throw a signing day party with your friends, $20,000. Take your family on a really nice vacation, there's another $20,000. New clothes, $15,000. New shoes, $5,000. New Rolex, $10,000. No, sorry, just kidding. This would be the foolish thing. This would be probably a $50,000 or $60,000 watch at a minimum. So a $10,000 Rolex is actually probably going to be a used version of one like this. Jewelry, $5,000. Nope. You're going to be looking at $5,000 for probably a pair of diamond stud earrings. But what else? You became a millionaire, huge signing bonus, first round draft pick. There's probably other stuff you'd spend, but we're going to keep it here. So that's $75,000 off the top. Now you got 1.5 million left. Next step, you want to be responsible. So you buy a $1.25 million house. You don't go crazy. This was a home in San Diego that was 1.25 million, and you can look at the history there. So you put 20% down, $250,000, and you borrow $1 million from the bank. And back then, a 30-year mortgage at 4% would cost you $4,800 a month. But you got a new house, you got to set it up. Furniture is going to cost $30,000. Electronics, you're going to spend $25,000. Just a modest housewarming party, $10,000. What else? Again, plenty of other stuff you could spend on. We'll keep it here. So just $65,000 to set up the house. That means that plus your down payment will bring you to $315,000 to get into your house. So now you got $1.2 million left. Next, let's look at what it costs once you own the house, because the mortgage is one piece at $4,800. Your property taxes is going to be $1,300 per month. Homeowners insurance, another $300. Probably don't want to clean it yourself, so another $400 a month. The gardener is going to cost $350 a month. Your tree trimmer does this once a year, it'll cost $50 a month. Pool cleaner, $100 a month. Electricity, water, and trash, $450 a month. Gas, $100 a month. Television, $150 a month. Internet and phone, $100 a month. So the monthly cost of the house is actually $8,100 after you buy it. So let's look how much you're taking home with that salary. Year one, your 390,000 turns into 190,000 after your agent, your business manager, and taxes. Year two, you go up to 340, and by year four, you're taking home $640,000. But how much are you spending? That's the big problem. We've only gone over your housing expense. Let's look at other expenses. Leasing a Range Rover. Back then it was 1,000. Right now you're spending 1,800 with where interest rates are. Car insurance, 200 a month. Cell phone, 150 a month. iPad, 50 bucks. Food, get 3 dates a week. It's going to cost you at least 3,000 a month. Entertainment, going out, 5,000 a month. Bottle service, just going out once or twice a month is going to cost you $5,000. Travel fund, one nice vacation will be $1,250 per month. So what else? And I'm sure you guys can think about a lot of other things you'd want to spend your money on if you're a first round NFL player, but we'll keep it that. So these other expenses are just 15,600. So that brings your total monthly expenses to 23,700, which is $285,000 a year. Now, let's look at your cream, because cash rules everything around you. So year one, you start out with $1.2 million in cash. You got 190,000 after taxes. You're in the hole. Your cost of living is more than you're earning. So you actually have to dip into savings by $94,000 in year one. Year two, at least you're in the black, right? You're saving 55,000. And if you can keep your expenses where they are here, by the time you get to year four, you're saving 355,000 and you've got 1.7 million in the bank. Now, most people couldn't do this. Here's the challenge. First round running back career stats. I used to really focus on this research. It was fascinating. From 1990 to 2004, the average career was 8.1 years. 22% did not get a second contract. And 32% actually got to play 10 years or more. These are for first round running backs. Unfortunately, rounds 4 to 7 can get pretty ugly for NFL careers. Unfortunately, it takes you up, they use you, and they spit you out. So if you don't get that contract, let's look at where Doug Martin would have been. He earned 3.3 million after tax, and I'd say did an amazing job of saving 1.7 million, 53%. The problem is you've developed a lifestyle that costs 285,000 per year. So the savings you got, the 1.7 million, if you earn 4%, it'll generate 68,000 per year to help you live. But how can you make up a $217,000 shortfall that you've got to come up with after tax to maintain your lifestyle? So if you decide not to work with no sources of income, you'll run out of cash within 7 years. Here's the challenge. Even with a second career income, you could be in trouble, right? If you have a $100,000 salary once you're done playing, you're still only going to last 11 years. Even if you're earning 300,000, that's pre-tax, you're going to run out of money in 28 years. So if Doug were to reduce spending by 100,000, right, and only spend 15,000 a month, and he's able to earn $100,000 in a second career, right, things will look a lot better. He's still dipping into his assets to cover his lifestyle, but he'll hit his 50s and still have enough capital. So for Doug Martin, fortunately, he did get that second contract. He signed a 5-year, $35.7 million contract. And that deal had $15 million in guaranteed money. Now, other leagues are different, but with the NFL, only trust the guarantee. Here's Doug Martin's career earnings. All he ever got for the rest of his career was that $15 million guarantee pre-tax. So he earned a total of $21.9 million pre-tax over his career. I've never met him. I have no idea what he's done with his finances. I just find it a fascinating case study because this guy was a success, right? First round running back, not many of those anymore. And he got a second contract. Fortunately for him, after 8 years, he'll qualify for the pension plan the NFL gives. But what he's got to really, what we don't know is what's going to happen with his lifestyle, right? Will he start spending all that money, or will he save it, or did he save it? If he was prudent, he could set him and his family up for the rest of his life. But here's kind of the way the math would work. At that point, right, he can only afford to live on $20,000 a month, right? Even getting that second guarantee. Again, math just doesn't work well for you. So here are your keys. If you want to be and stay rich, this is the first one. Spend less, save more. Right? Even if people teach you to invest well, if you spend it, there's nothing they can do to help you. Second one is, once you do save, is letting your money work for you. Right? If you have money sitting there throwing off cash flow and income and growing for you, it works for you. If you don't save, money can't work for you. If you're in debt, money works against you. Next, develop alternative streams of income. Playing your sport is just one option for you. The internet makes it so easy with social media to develop plenty of ways to get extra cash flow. I use Gronkowski as a talking point here because he's actually one who did it right. He has never spent $1 of the income he earns or income he earned in the NFL. He lived on his endorsements, these alternative streams of income. So now when he retired, he's got all the extra cash flow and he's going to be golden for life. You want to prolong your career. If you can get to second and ideally third contracts, right? Then you can get generational wealth and really hit the big numbers, but not many people get there. So really the big important one, right, is plan for a second career, right? If you're fortunate to make it to the NFL, the NBA, Major League Baseball, wherever you get, that's your first career, right? Even before you get there, you should start thinking about what that second career will be. Do you want to move into a front office position, right? Get into coaching, business, whatever you want to do afterwards, start thinking now because it'll come faster than you know.